Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. स्क्रीन दिख रही है सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
गुड. सो yesterday हम लोगों ने देखा था कि what is exactly the lung abscesses, his pathophysiology, clinical features, right? कल हम लोग आज देखने वाले हैं how to diagnose the lung abscess, complication of the lung abscess, management and the treatment part, what are the different differential diagnosis and the preventive measure for the lung abscesses. Okay. कल एक्चुअली किसी ने मुझे पूछा था कि व्हाट इज दैट अमॉर्फिक ब्रेथ साउंड, राइट? हेलो, आई एम ऑडिबल?
Yes, ma'am.
या. सो
Yes, ma'am.
तो अमॉर्फिक ब्रेथ साउंड क्या होता है एग्जैक्टली? सो इट इज़ अ लो पिच ब्रोंकियल ब्रेथ साउंड जो हम लोग लार्ज कैविटी में जनरली एब्सेसेस रहे या फिर कैविटेशन जहाँ पे होता है, ओके, सो वहाँ पे हम लोग ये साउंड सुनते हैं. सो जस्ट हर्ड इट. ये स्क्रीन दिख रही है यूट्यूब की?
हाँ मैम दिख रही है.
Okay, I'm playing the sound. Okay, just heard about what is exactly that breath sound can be heard on a patient. Okay, it is a YouTube link only. Is it audible?
No, ma'am.
आवाज आया सबको? हेलो.
मैम वही था क्या वो जो थोड़ा ब्रेक ब्रेक होके आ रहा था?
यस यस यस, मैं फिर से लगा
कंटिन्यूअसली.
रही हूँ. यस, मैं फिर से लगा रही हूँ. ओके, जस्ट heard it. आवाज आया सबको?
हाँ मैम।
Okay. This type of sound you can heard in a amorphic breath sound. Okay. You can also taste like co कोक की जो बॉटल रहती है ना, कोक की जो खाली वाली बॉटल रहती है, ओके, उसको अगर हम लोग बजाते हैं तो कैसा साउंड आता है ना, दैट टाइप ऑफ साउंड एमॉर्फिक ब्रेथ साउंड में आता है. Okay, because what happen in lung abscesses also, there is abscess formation, there is cavity formation. Because of that, that type of sound you can heard over a patient's lung by auscultation. Okay.
ओके मैम।
या स्क्रीन दिख रही है अभी?
हाँ मैम।
ओके. सो हम लोगों ने कल क्लिनिकल फीचर्स तक देखा था, राइट? बट हाउ टू इन्वेस्टिगेट और हाउ टू डायग्नोस अ पेशेंट. So main investigations you have to be history taking, okay, because we all know this is maybe the complications of the pneumonia or the necrotizing pneumonia or untreated lung condition. So the history is must. So history is important. The CBC test is important. X-ray, uh, lateral view or the PA view is important. The sputum examination. Sputum examination done because we have to identify the cause behind the lung abscess. So which are the mean the gram staining or the is it a aerobic bacteria or the anaerobic bacteria, we can able to understand by the sputum examination and the CT scan of the chest. Okay, in some cases. Generally, the X-ray gives you the idea regarding the lung abscesses. So in CBC, you will able to see the neutrophils and the neutrophil leukocytosis. That WBC count may be exceed more than 20,000. There is elevated ESR because the inflammatory process is going on. There is fibrosis going on, cavitation going on, and the reduced hemoglobin. So the anemic condition is also you able to see in cases of the lung abscesses. But the main is the WBC count. Okay. Another is X-ray chest. It's very important because the abnormality, it may started if there is a untreated pneumonia, you can able to see the pneumonic infiltration followed by the development of the one or more the spherical area, more homogeneous density, which is air fluid level often arise. Okay. So the characteristics of the lung abscesses, you can able to see there is irregular shaped cavity with a air fluid level. Are you able to see the image?
यस मैम।
Yes, ma'am.
So the irregular shaped cavity, it's very prominent, and the air fluid level. So you're able to see the X-ray like this. Okay. So that cavity may be large and sometimes multilocular with several different fluid level within one opacity. So that abscess cavity may be one or abscess cavity may be two. Okay, it's depend on the infection or even the susceptibility of the patient or what type of the organism is affected by the patient. So it also depend on the different thing. The cavity may be one or cavity may be two or the three. That's why it is said the multilocular. Okay, but the characteristics of the X-ray is important is the there is irregular shape with a cavity with a air fluid level. Okay, the abscesses, it may extend to the pleural surface. Okay, but one third of the abscesses, it may be accompanied by the empyema. That's why many a time we misdiagnose the lung abscesses and the empyema. So the empyema is a condition where this pus formation in the pleural cavity. Okay, whereas lung abscesses can occur at any part of the lung, but the lung abscesses can get complicated or accompanied by the empyema because they may go into the pleural cavity. So what is the main difference between empyema and the lung abscesses, हम लोग देखेंगे आगे. But just don't get confused between the empyema and the lung abscesses. Another is the diagnostic purpose is the CT scan. So in CT scan, you can able to see the abscesses is rounded radiolucentation with a thin wall and ill-defined irregular margin. Okay, so the thoracic CT may be very helpful in accurately defining the extent and the deposition of the lung abscesses, and also may demonstrate the multiple small air cavities of necrotizing pneumonia. Okay, generally in CT, we see the lung abscesses is a thick, irregular walled cavity like this. See, there is irregular, thick wall cavity with surrounding the consolidation. Are you able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
In many patients, you're able to see the CT scan result is like this only in cases of the lung abscesses. Okay. See, it's so characteristic. You can identify it easily by the chest X-ray or the by CT scan. Another examination, we go for the sputum examination. So the sputum examination, we help to find out the cause that the lung abscesses has occurred because of the staphylococcus, streptococci, or any other bacteria or the mycobacterium. So the aerobic है या anaerobic है, gram staining. So that sputum examination gives the idea about that. So we generally go for the Zell-Neelsen stain. Okay, which can understand the which type of the bacteria or which type of organism or the bacteria that is aerobic और anaerobic है, जिसकी वजह से हम लोग ट्रीटमेंट पार्ट में भी डिफर कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज एंटीबैक्टीरियल ट्रीटमेंट भी अलग होती है एरोबिक बैक्टीरिया के लिए एंड इवन द एनारोबिक बैक्टीरिया के लिए. तो द स्पुटम एग्जामिनेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन केसेस ऑफ द लंग एब्सेसेस. ओके, generally there is a characteristic of the sputum in a lung abscess. If the sputum is kept in a bottle, okay, so 3 layers you can able to see in cases of the lung abscess. Okay, upper layer it can be frothy, middle layer it is thick liquid, and the lower layer it is the sediment, so sediment of the epithelial debris and the bacteria. So these are the investigations we generally do in cases of the lung abscess. One is the CBC test, X-ray, CT scan, and the sputum examination. Sputum examination just to identify the bacteria. Okay? किसी को confusion?
No, ma'am.
Good. So the differential diagnosis, as I said, we generally confuse between the empyema or the lung abscesses or other conditions. So even the lung cancers and the lung abscesses, it may occur together, okay, generally in an elderly patient, but in necrotic tissue in a tumor, it may become infected as well as tumor itself causing the stagnation of the distal secretion and subsequent infection. So हम लोगों ने देखा था causation में, okay, if there is squamous cells carcinoma or any type of the carcinoma, lung abscesses and the carcinoma, it can occur together. Okay. Second is empyema. So what is difference between empyema and the lung abscess? So empyema is defined as a purulent fluid. It is collection in the pleural space. Okay. Whereas in lung abscess, it is a parenchymal necrosis with a confirmed cavitation. So the parenchyma is affected by the lung abscesses and the cavitation is formed. Whereas empyema only involves the pleural space. Okay. So the lung abscesses का complication empyema हो सकता है और lung abscesses and empyema एक साथ हो सकता है. Okay. But if the pleural space is not involved, you can't diagnose the patient as a empyema. ये समझ में आ रहा है या कंफ्यूज हो रहा है?
समझ में आ रहा है मैम.
Okay. So if the pleural effusion become infected, it may label the complication of the parapneumatic infusion, whereas the presence of frank pus in the pleural space is defined as the empyema. Just remember in simplified term, अगर pleural space involved है, then pleural space में अगर pus involved है, you can diagnose the patient as a empyema. But whereas in lung abscess, there is cavitation and the parenchymal necrosis happened. Okay. लंग एब्सेस एंड एम्पाइमा दोनों साथ में हो सकते हैं, और लंग एब्सेसेस कैन बी one of the complication of lung abscess is empyema. Okay. Look, although it can develop as a complication or be a cause of a lung abscess. So if an empyema contain an air fluid level, then bronchopleural fistula is likely to be present. Often difficult to distinguish radiologically between a localized empyema with a bronchopleural fistula and the lung abscess. In empyema, you're able to see the characteristic radiologically as a D-shaped opacity because this pleural space is involved, right? So you can able to see that D-shaped opacity with a convexity projecting anteriorly from the posterior chest wall. Whereas in lung abscess, you can able to see the air fluid level and the homogeneous opacity. CT can be helpful in doubtful cases if you are not able to differentiate between the abscesses and the empyema. In abscesses, in CT, the wall is thickened with the irregular intraluminal margin and the anterior surface. Whereas in empyema, wall of the cavities जो होती है, it tend to be smooth. It's separating the thickened pleural layer with a compressed lung breath, the visceral layer. Okay. एम्पायमा में जो होती है लेवल जो होती है कैविटी की वो बहुत ज़्यादा स्मूथ होती है. यू कैन एबल टू डिफरेंशिएट कि ये ना प्लूरल स्पेस का लेवल है या प्लूरल स्पेस है जो अफेक्टेड है, नॉट द लंग पार्ट. ओके. So the main difference between the lung abscesses and the empyema, lung abscesses may be the fever with a systemic complaint. In empyema, there is purulent infection confined to the pleural space. Purulent sputum like foul smelling, it's very characteristic of the lung abscess. Whereas in empyema, it can be developed as a complication or be the cause of the lung abscess. WBC's count is more than 12,000 or 11,000. In empyema, it contains an air fluid level, then the bronchopleural fistula is likely to be present. Lung abscess generally respond to the antibiotic therapy. Okay. In empyema, it is often difficult to distinguish radiologically between a localized empyema with a bronchopleural fistula and the lung abscesses. Empyema की condition में हम लोगों ने देखा है bronchopleural fistula भी, right? CT scan gives the idea of lung abscesses that thickened with a irregular intraluminal margin, whereas chest X-ray जो हम लोगों ने D-shape opacity देखी थी. Why I'm telling you between the lung abscesses and empyema is so important, your differential diagnosis, because we often get confused between the empyema and the lung abscesses. In certain cases, if we don't know what is exactly empyema, we may treat the patient as a lung abscesses, and even the lung abscesses as a empyema, we can treat that. But that's why it's very important to differentiate between the lung abscesses and the empyema. समझ में आ रहा है?
हाँ मैम.
ओके. कुछ कंफ्यूजन है इसमें?
नहीं मैम.
ओके, गुड. So the complications. So if the lung abscesses can be untreated, it can get complicated. So what are the different complications? So the pleurisy, massive hemoptysis, there is spontaneous rupture into the uninvolved lung segment. So for example, अगर right lung के lower lobe में affected है, so it can rupture into the upper lobe, or it can rupture to the another lung. So it can rupture the left lung also, or it can rupture to the pleural space. So these are the one of the complications, most common complication. Failure of the abscess cavity to resolve. Empyema, as I said, rupture into the pleural space. So abscess can rupture into the pleural space and causing the empyema and the bronchiectasis. Pleural fibrosis, there is trapped lung, bronchopleural fistula, and the respiratory failure. Ultimately, If the abscesses is untreated, it can be ruptured, most common complication, and it can cause the respiratory failure. Okay. So what are the different management of the lung abscesses? So if you see the lung abscesses, general management we go for antimicrobial therapy. Okay, so the antibiotics should be given according to the culture and sensitivity for the prolonged period. So as I said, if the patient, हम लोगों ने sputum examination किया, right? And sputum examination में हम लोगों ने देखा कि patient having a lung abscesses is because of the staphylococcus. So according to the staphylococcus, you have to give the antimicrobial therapy, okay, or the antibiotics. If the organism is the mycobacterium tuberculosis, so you have to give the person a DOTS treatment, जो हम लोगों ने tuberculosis की condition में देखी है, right? If the causation is because of the tumor, so you have to treat the patient accordingly. Okay. So the majority of the patients are treated according to the cause only. Most of the lung abscesses pathogens are sensitive to the conventional antimicrobial therapy. Majority of the lung abscess are related to the aspiration and as caused by the anaerobes. Okay, 90% of the patients anaerobic lung abscesses होते हैं. Currently जो treatment शुरू है generally gives the antibiotics according to the cause. Okay, but you have to give the treatment until the pulmonary infiltration have resolved or the residual lesion is small and the stable. Till that time you have to give the treatment. So initially antibiotics are given in a IV fluid until the patient is febrile and show the clinical improvement. Oral medications are given usually for a prolonged period. So what are the duration of the therapy? So generally these therapy कितने समय तक देने चाहिए ऐसा कुछ वेल एस्टेब्लिश नहीं है, जैसे हम लोगों ने ट्यूबरकुलोसिस के कंडीशन में देखा था, राइट? सो माइकोबैक्टीरियम ट्यूबरकुलोसिस जब अफेक्टेड होता है एंड कॉजेस अ ट्यूबरकुलोसिस, वी हैव टू गिव टू 9 months to 23rd months, बट यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ वेल एस्टेब्लिश नहीं है. But generally we give the antibiotic therapy for a total of the 4 to 8 weeks. So 4 to 8 weeks तक हम लोग ट्रीटमेंट कंटिन्यू लेने के लिए पेशेंट को बोलते हैं. बट अगेन after the 4 to 8 weeks, if we do the x-ray and infiltration or the cavitations are the same or कम नहीं हुए हैं, so again we have to give the antimicrobial therapy for a prolonged duration. Okay. So generally in 80 to 90% of the condition, patient response करते हैं antibiotic therapy को. Okay, but पुअर रिस्पॉन्स हम लोगों को कब मिलता है एंटीबायोटिक थेरेपी का? इफ देयर इज अ ब्रोंकियल ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन विद अ फॉरेन बॉडी और द नियोप्लाज्म, कैंसरस सेल, it may infected with a resistance bacteria like mycobacterium or the fungi. So if mycobacterium tuberculosis are very difficult to treat, we all know. So if that type of the bacteria is present, they resist or they give the poor response to the antibiotic therapy. Or if the large cavity size, so more than 6 centimeter in diameter, it usually require a prolonged therapy. So in that 3 or 4 conditions, you may get the poor response to the antibiotic therapy. Aspiration and the drainage of the pus can be done. So they insert a chest tube and they try to drain the pus, but if no response, when they're done, if there is no response to the medical therapy, like in cases of the poor response to the antibiotic therapy, they go for the aspiration or drainage. Okay, but generally it is not advisable to do the aspiration and drainage of the pus because it may cause the infection. Like if you insert a chest tube, right, it can be the entry for the any type of the infection. Already patient's immunity has low, patient is unable to breathe properly, there is fever, there is difficult to cough, there is purulent sputum, So after the aspiration and drainage, patient may land up into the another complication. So generally we don't go for the aspiration or drainage in cases of the lung abscesses. Okay. Another is the surgical treatment. Okay. Even the surgical treatment is very rarely required for the patient with an uncomplicated lung abscess. Approximately only 10% of the lung abscesses which require the surgical intervention. So then surgery advice. So patient who fail to the medical therapy, there is complications like for example there is bronchopleural fistula, there is rupture of the bronchopleural fistula, or there is massive hemoptysis in cancerous condition where we can suspect the neoplasm, congenital lung malformation, okay, and there is fulminant of the infection. So there is a infection which we can't treat with a antibacterial therapy or the antimicrobial therapy. So if that failed the medical therapy, we go for the surgical, but it is also rare. We only done in only 10% of the cases. So what are the different surgery advice? So lobectomy or the tube thoraxectomy, lung recession. A lung recession generally go for if there is a massive hemoptysis. So lung recession is also necessary for the massive and the life-threatening hemoptysis. अगर hemoptysis बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है तो we go for the lung recession. But generally, as I said, in cases of the lung abscess also, 90% of the patients can be treated with antibiotic therapy. It may take a long time or the long duration. Only 10% of the cases we go for the surgical, because after the surgery also there are lots of complications are going on in a person. So for example, अगर lung का एक lobe निकाल दिया, we do the lobectomy if that lobe is infected by the lung abscesses. So the function of the lung is already hampered. Are you understanding? जो लंग का फंक्शन है वो ऑलरेडी हैम्पर्ड हुआ है, हम लोगों ने वो लोब निकाल दिया, then it again land up into the certain type of the complications because already patient's immunity and the infection chances has बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाते हैं. ये समझ में आ रहा है या कंफ्यूज हो रहे हो?
समझ में आ रहा है.
Okay. So drainage of the abscess is also recommended when sepsis persists to 5 to 7 days after the initiation of the antibiotic therapy. If the abscess is larger than 4 centimeter, abscesses increase in size while the patient is on medical therapy. As अगर abscess फिर भी बढ़ रहा है, अगर हम लोग मेडिकल थेरेपी दे रहे हैं या एंटीबायोटिक्स दे रहे हैं, फिर भी अगर abscesses बढ़ रहा है, so we can indicate कि patient एंटीबैक्टीरियल थेरेपी और एंटीबायोटिक थेरेपी को रिस्पॉन्स नहीं कर रहा है. If the abscess is ruptured into the pleural space and causing the empyema, okay, or in a patient which coexisting with the empyema and the lung abscesses, in that condition we go for the drainage of the abscess. Another important treatment is the chest physiotherapy. Okay, so chest physiotherapy, why we go for the chest physiotherapy? In all the lung cases, in like bronchial asthma, even in bronchiectasis, empyema, lung abscesses, doctor advise a chest physiotherapy because it encouragement of the cough and mobilization of the secretion. It's very useful intervention because patient is unable to cough out because there is a thick purulent cough secretions going on, mucus secretions going on the lung. So chest physiotherapy is important in that case. So there is adequate drainage of the lung abscesses is important part of the management, and air fluid level implies the presence of communication from the abscess cavity through the tracheobronchial tree. So the chest physiotherapy and the posterior drainage may be helpful in helping the patient to clear the purulent material, and the postural drainage can be applied with the affected pulmonary segment. So which part of the lung is affected? For example, apical segment lung affected hai, so they go for the postural drainage. If posterior segment of the right lobe affected hai, so they go for the different type of the postural drainage. So the postural drainage and the chest physiotherapy is very important. So generally in a treatment part, we go for the antimicrobial therapy, antibiotic therapy, post drainage of the pus in certain conditions. हम लोगों ने देखे certain condition कौन से हैं, and the chest physiotherapy. These are the four main measures to go for the treatment of the lung abscesses. मैनेजमेंट पार्ट समझ में आया?
यस मैम।
बाकी सबको समझ में आ रहा है? ओनली प्रिया इज आंसरिंग टुडे. हेलो.
Yes, ma'am.
अगर नहीं समझ में आया यू कैन आस्क मी, देयर इज नो इशू. Okay, so these are the different management part. Another is the preventive measures. So how we can prevent the lung abscesses? So prevention of aspiration is important to minimize the risk of lung abscesses, because we see one of the main causation of the lung abscesses is aspiration. Okay, so the vomiters or even in the hospitalization, there is a chance of aspiration. So we have to prevent that. So we can improve the oral hygiene and the dental care in elderly patient. Okay, positioning the supine patient at 30-degree recline angle to minimize the risk of aspiration. Early intubation in a patient who have a diminished ability to protect the airway from a massive aspiration like cough or the gag reflex. These are mainly the preventive measures you can do in cases of the lung abscesses. So the aspiration is one of the main causation factor for the lung abscesses. So you have to be very careful, mostly in cases of the elderly patient, because they don't know how to prevent that or how to handle the aspiration. So they may land up into the lung abscesses. Any confusion, any questions?
नो मैम।
सबको समझ में आया exactly what is lung abscesses?
Yes, ma'am.
In an exam also, if yeah, Priya, any question?
मैम वो एक कॉम्प्लिकेशन था चेस्ट ट्रैप करके या लंग ट्रैप ऐसा कुछ था। हाँ,
Yeah,
उसमें मतलब मैम क्या होता है?
okay. One second. लंग ट्रैप वेयर वी कैन, क्या होता है ना लंग ट्रैप कंडीशन में, जहाँ पे चेस्ट फुल्ली एक्सपांड नहीं हो पाती है. ओके, जनरली हम लोगों का रिकॉइल सिस्टम होता है चेस्ट का, करेक्ट, जहाँ पे हम लोग जब एक्सपिरेशन लेते हैं और इंस्पिरेशन लेते हैं तो चेस्ट एक्सपांड होती है और रिकॉइल होती है अपने आप. ओके, इन लंग ट्रैप दिस इज नॉट अकर because one of the lung part is affected or the abscess, there is cavitation and the fibrosis होता है lung abscess में, जिसकी वजह से we refer that term as a lung trap. Okay,
ओके मैम।
any other question? किसी को कुछ अदर क्वेश्चन है जो नहीं समझ में आया है? Okay, in exam, if anyone asked you about the necrotizing pneumonia or the lung abscess, you have to go by the systemic way. Okay, like definition, clinic definition, causation, pathophysiology, clinical features, then the investigation, differential diagnosis, management part, and the preventive measures. Okay, then the homeopathic management. So इसका होम्योपैथिक मैनेजमेंट हम लोग नेक्स्ट सेशन में देखेंगे. यहाँ तक किसी को कुछ कंफ्यूजन है? You can ask me. सबको समझा है properly?
हाँ मैम।
Okay, good. So I'm ending session here, okay? Have a good day all.